What is up YouTube, thyAshes here bringing you another video, and today I'm going to be explaining to you guys in the most basic way possible how to understand and appreciate Gears of War esports. So without further ado, let's go through this tutorial. So competitive Gears of War 4 is a 5v5 where players are either on Team COG or Team Swarm, also referred to as Locust. Also, you can call them or recognize them by COG being the humans and Locust/Swarm being the alien creatures. They play a game type called Escalation. That's the only game type that's played in Gears esports. Any kind of tournament that you'll see will be Escalation. And it is a best of 3 maps, and each map is a best of 13 rounds, aka the first person to win 2 maps in a series and the first person to win 7 rounds on a map. Escalation is very similar to Domination from Call of Duty or Strongholds from Halo. You can also think of it as like a King of the Hill game type, except there's 3 hills around the map, 1 hill closer to each team's spawning point or home base, and 1 hill that's called the neutral hill somewhere in the middle of the map that the teams are fighting for. A round ends when a team is able to score 210 points, or they are able to capture all 3 hills at the exact same time. In order to score points, you must have a hill captured. You will get 1 point per second if you have 1 hill, and if you are holding 2 hills, you'll get 1.5 points per second. The maps that teams load into start off as a blank slate. There are 7 of them in Gears esports, but way more in the game itself. And when you load into that map, you have no weapons across it. But as a team wins a round, the losing team is then allowed to pick a power weapon or a secondary weapon to place on the map. A power weapon is a weapon that's going to have more power and usually is sort of explosive and will be able to cause a larger impact on the map. For example, the boom shot, which is like a rocket launcher, the drop shot, which is very similar in nature except it falls out of the sky, the torque bow, which is a crossbow with a grenade on the tip of the arrow, so on and so forth. Secondary weapons are going to be weapons that are used more to assist, so they're the weapons that you would see players using to cross for their teammates and have a less explosive impact on the game and more subtle impacts in terms of how team fights take place. Those usually are placed on the side positions. Anything that's down the middle of the map where players can place weapons are going to be primary power weapons. When you're watching a Gears of War stream for Gears esports, you're probably going to hear some key terms like wall bouncing, reaction shot, OE, active reloading. All of these are terms for in Gears of War. A wall bounce is when you use the mechanic system in the game to slide back and forth between covers in order to make yourself less hittable when other teams are shooting at you. So it's kind of like a form of strafing in other games, except it's a little bit quicker, and it's how you kind of mix up your movement style within Gears. A reaction shot is where you actually manipulate the camera system in the game to aim backwards while you're running forwards around a cover, which allows you to actually shoot behind you, but on everybody else's screen it looks like you just go around a cover and keep running, and the bullets come out of your back. So it's a pretty nifty but more complex trick to use, and it can come in handy when you're getting chased and you need to put fire down onto the people who are chasing you to hopefully either get a kill or dissuade them from actually pursuing you anymore. OE is kind of a more generalistic term. It means overextend. That's where the O and the E come from, and it's when you go kind of past that halfway point of the map in order to go to the other team's side and hopefully take their home hill or the hill that's closer to their side of the map and hold that sort of setup in order to control the map and win the round. Active reloads have been a part of Gears of War since Gears of War 1, and what happens is when you press the reload button, you have the ability to press it again in order to reload a little bit quicker, as well as get a short duration damage boost to your weapon. Now that we've gotten the basics out of the way, let's go ahead and take a look at what you would see if you're tuning into a Gears esports stream, and describe the HUD so that you guys can get a better idea for what you're looking at.
Alright, so as you can see here, we have a screenshot of the Gears of War esports stream from the last event, UGC Vegas, where OpTic Gaming ourselves are playing Echo Fox in the losers bracket. And here's a good example of what you might see when you tune into the Gears of War stream, and let me go ahead and break down everything you see for you. So first off, I'm going to explain what this red weird circle cog thing is in the middle. For those of you who haven't played Gears of War, this is basically how hurt you can tell somebody is. When you're playing the game and you get shot at, this starts to appear on your screen and it gets brighter and brighter and more vivid red until you either A, die, or B, get downed. So right now you can see this person's kind of hurt, maybe like half health, and that's what this circle represents. So because we're in the point of view of the player toy soldier, That is how hurt that player currently is. And if you look over here on the side of the screen, you'll see this HUD that shows all of the players on this team. So this is the COG team, the human team for Echo Fox. And Toy Soldier right here on the list is 40% health. I know it's a little bit hard to see, but that's just because of the quality on Twitch. Whereas you can see on this side, the overlay for the Locust team or the Swarm team, aka OpTic, Explosive is dead, and you can see the little timer ticking down until he respawns, where the other members are still alive. So that gives you an idea for seeing how hurt somebody is, where to check exactly how hurt they are, and how to tell when people are dead and why they aren't on the map. Now, also on the screen, you have this overlay on the bottom. It'll show you how many caps and breaks. So this is how many times they've actually secured a heal for their team, and they've broken a hill that the other team had, as well as how many kills, how many times they've downed somebody from the other team. That means hurting them from a far enough range so that they don't actually get killed. They just go down and need to either be executed or revived. And then how much time they've spent dead. Also on the screen, you can see the silhouettes. This is something that the spectator will turn on. You don't actually see these in game, but you can see that there's a player here for OpTic Gaming Mental. There's a player over here. There's two players here. So you can kind of get an idea for where players are on the map compared to where you're looking at. Now, the big thing that understanding this game is the hills. What do they mean? So you see this E here, you see an E here. Basically, that shows you the 3 hills on the map. So right here is the scores for the human team and the aliens team, to make it simple, or the COG and the Locust. And here are the 3 hills that are on the map. Currently, this is the second half, so this is round 7 or later on the map. And that's why the letters are D, E, F, not A, B, C. And currently, the COG team has 1 hill to the Locust team or Swarm team having 2 hills. So like I said earlier, they'll be getting more points per second than the COG team will. So that's how you tell what hills are in control. So as you can see here, hill E is in control by the Locust Swarm team, OpTic Gaming. Over here, you can see the same thing. The hill is filled in with the red color to let you know which team has control of that hill. And then up here at the top is an overlay that they add on for the stream, so it shows you what teams are playing. It shows you the current round scores 4-2 on the map. So this is round 7, as you can tell. And it also explains it's a 1st to 7. So if this number hits 7 before this number, OpTic Gaming win. Over here, you can see the player's current weapon that they have out. So this is the shotgun. There is also your starting weapons being the Lancer, the pistol, the shotgun, and the smoke grenade. So this shotgun, he has this many bullets left on it, and this many bullets actually kind of in the chamber, so to speak, before he needs to reload. 2 he's already fired. So when he reloads, a little bar will appear somewhere up here in this overlay, I think near the bottom, and you'll see it going across like that. And if they time it right, it'll give them an active reload like we explained before. And that's basically it. It's super easy to follow when you know what to look for. It looks very intense and fast paced, and it is, but as long as you can pay attention to the scores and just give it a chance, you'll start to gain a better idea of what's going on and be able to appreciate more of the little things that the players do to make them the experts and the professionals that they are.
Alright guys, so that's going to do it for this video. If you enjoyed, make sure to leave a thumbs up. Share this with your friends. Hopefully we can help more people understand how to watch and enjoy Gears Esports. Trust me, the more that you watch it, the more little things you'll pick up on that are more advanced techniques and skills that players are executing in the heat of the moment, as well as the fiery passion of the fan base and the player base itself. So it's unlike anything else. Give it a try, and thank you for watching this video. Make sure you subscribe down below, and I will see you in the next one.